Hi folks, it's Evo here from Thundermist Lure Company, and welcome to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. I'm out here with Antonio, our boatless angler, as you know, the author of our Boatless Angler series on Thundermist Fishing Tips, and we're going to be looking for crappie today. We got the little car topper, eh Antonio?
Yeah, it's working good.
Little 14-foot aluminum, and we've parked ourselves just off the side of the road. There's a nice bridge here with some pylons. It's we got about an hour before sunset.
Yeah.
And we're going to try various baits, and we're going to be looking for crappie. So we're going to start off. There's a few rigs I want to show you here. One setup here is just with a bobber going down to a little split shot and a thin wire hook. And the key with these crappies using live bait with minnows is you want a thin wire hook so that the minnow stays alive longer.
Yeah.
And also, Antonio, this long shank for removing the hook. It's much easier to take the hook out of the crappie with these longer shanked hooks. So look for a long shank, thin wire hook. What else we got, Antonio, we're going to try today?
We got a little bit of a tube jig there.
Oh yeah, nice little tube jig I see Antonio's got rigged up. And we'll do the same thing there. We'll put a bobber about a foot up above, and we'll toss that jig out looking for crappie. And what else we got?
A little crankbait.
And a little crankbait. There's nothing like catching crappies on little crankbaits, just like this little grasshopper right here. So I think what we'll do is we'll open up with minnows first, Antonio, to see if there's anything here.
Yeah.
And then the more aggressive fish will go after those crankbaits. So let's get started here. I'm gonna grab a minnow. And we just want to talk about these bobbers, if you want to go ahead and rig up, Antonio.
Sure.
This old style bobber here, not very effective. There's a lot of resistance on that bobber when it sits in the water, and the fish can feel that quite a bit. Whereas if you get a bobber like this, a thin needle style bobber, those are great because there's less resistance, they go down nice and easy, you'll get more bites, you'll catch more fish. We're going to cast under this bridge. There's some pylons under there, and I'm just going to cast it towards those pylons, and you can see the bobber is resting flat, and what will happen is as soon as I get a bite, that bobber will stand right up. Oh, you're on, Antonio?
Yeah.
Good one. There we go.
Mr. Crappie.
There's a nice crappie. Beauty, Antonio. I think that one's going to keep.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Isn't that though? Okay, and what I was going to mention too, when you throw your bobber out there, just twitch your line every so often. Just move your line, move the bobber. That minnow's going to swing. If he's even a little bit lively, he'll continue to swim. And I just missed one. Took my bait right there. So it looks like we're going to have some
experience. No experience.
Yeah, right. We're on, Antonio.
Going, eh?
Not as big as yours though. Look at this one. He had no trouble going after that minnow though, did he? Okay, let's get him back in there. Put a fresh minnow on and we'll give it another try. You know, this is pretty relaxing. Normally we're out with the big boats and motors and heavy line and heavy
you got
gear.
a bite already.
Yeah, oh, I saw that. I missed him. Took it down right away. But this is real nice with ultralight tackle, and just coming out here in the evening. I got to check my bait. I had a good bite. It's pretty relaxing, and you can see here I'm not fishing that deep. I'm only about a foot below, as you can see here, just about a foot below my bobber, and that's because these crappie, they feed up. They're always feeding up, so you definitely don't want to be anywhere near the bottom.
I'm gonna get a bite right away.
You're gonna get a bite? Oh, look, you cast right out there nice and far, eh? You like that spot out by that last pylon.
Oh, there it is.
You on?
Yep.
There you go. You said you're gonna get a bite right away.
I don't think this is No, that's small.
I'd say. What happened to those nice big crappies, Antonio?
I got one in the box.
You got one, but what? Oh, there's a nice hit. Oh,
Ooh,
I got
nice
a good fish. And oh no, he's caught on the pole. Oh.
That was a nice one.
I can feel him. He's still on there. He's pulling. Look at my rod. Look at my rod tip. I don't know if I can. Look at him pull. Oh, Antonio, how am I going to get him out now? It's a goner. That might be arranged, eh? I really don't want to lose my bobber.
I'm gonna catch him.
I think my line is wrapped around that.
You
got him? You got one? I think I got a good one on here.
A little bigger.
A little bigger, but I got a good one, Antonio. I hate to break off. What do you say we paddle over there and we try to at least...
Yeah, we'll get you out.
Oh, he's still on there too.
There better be a big fish on the end of it.
Good job, Antonio. We just went out under the bridge, and that's Mr. Crappie was on there. Antonio ended up pulling me out, which was good. That's a borderline keeper, but we're going to keep him because he was wrapped all up. And what I was caught in was actually, this is what I was hung up on right here. A bunch of fishing line and an old branch. So anyways, decent fish though, nonetheless. Hopefully we didn't scare anything off there. We can keep fishing and catch some more fish. Decent little guy. He's borderline keeper.
He's a keeper.
Yeah, I'd say so. We just had a bunch of kayakers come through here, and they disturbed things a little bit, but the fish seem to still be on the bite, so maybe we'll get a few more, eh, Antonio?
Hopefully.
We're sticking with minnows though right now. I did cast a little crankbait and caught a bluegill actually, but looks like the live minnows are the ticket tonight. There's a slab crappie right there. That's what we're looking for. Now that's a nice crappie.
Not bad.
Again, that's a black crappie, and we're running what, 4-pound test line here. You don't need heavy line.
No.
And those thin wire hooks with these minnows, they're doing the job.
Nice fish.
That's a nice crappie. Well, folks, we caught a number of crappies here tonight, but a lot of them were smaller, eh, Antonio?
Yeah, smaller fish.
A lot of smaller fish, but let me tell you, we had a riot. Light lines, light wire hooks, and lively minnows. That did the trick today, eh, Antonio?
Yeah.
We're going to give it another little bit here. It's a nice, relaxing summer evening. And I'd like to thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. And if you haven't yet, we welcome you to subscribe to our channel. We welcome you subscribers. And as always, folks, until next time, good luck and good fishing.